Welcome to a world of mythology and history. Come with me on a journey we call the Odyssey. 2,800 years ago, a blind poet Homer has two major ancient Greek epic poems, the Iliad, who tell the Trojan War, and the Odyssey, that tells the story of Odysseus, the king of Ithaca, and his long journey after the Trojan War. Odysseus is a legendary figure in a Greek mythology and the main protagonist in the epic poem The Odyssey. He is the king of Ithaca and renowned for his intelligence and strategic skills. Odysseus' 10 years journey back to his homeland of Ithaca after the war. Along the way, he faces numerous challenges and obstacles by the gods, including encounters with mythical creatures and temptation from the beautiful goddesses. Throughout his journey, Odysseus demonstrates his resourcefulness, bravery, and determination to return to his wife, Penelope, and son, Telemachus. The story of Odysseus is not only a thrilling adventure but also explores themes of heroism, loyalty, faith, and the power of gods. It showcases the human struggle against adversity and the importance of perseverance and wit in overcoming obstacles. The Odyssey is considered as one of the greatest works of Western literature and has a profound influence on storytelling and development of the hero. The Odyssey ends as Odysseus wins a contest to prove his identity, slaughters the suitors, and retake the throne of Ithaca. Aside from the story of Odyssey, there is one epic poem in Western literature entitled The Aeneid. Aeneid is widely regarded as one of the most important epic poems of Western literature and the backbone of all the European classic. It consists 12 books by telling the story of the warrior named Aeneas and his journey to Italy after the sack of Troy and the foundation from the city which Rome would rise. The story of Aeneid starts with the Mediterranean Sea, led by a warrior named Aeneas, to find a new home in Italy. It has foretold that Aeneas, who is a son of goddess Venus, create a new honorable nation. Goddess Juno, who is the Roman equivalent of Hera, is still angry at Paris for not choosing Hera as the most beautiful goddess, and therefore he hates all the Trojans. Juno also believes that Aeneas' descendants will one day destroy her favorite city, Carthage. On the top of that, she also angry that the Trojan prince has replaced her daughter Hebe as Jupiter's cupbearer. Juno bribes Aeolus, the king of winds, with her most beautiful sea nymph and asks him to destroy Aeneas. Aeolus agrees to the bride and creates a thunderstorm to destroy the Trojan ship. Neptune, who is the Roman equivalent of Poseidon, gets angry with Juno for this aggressive intrusion into his domain. And although he doesn't like the Trojans, he calms the wave and orders the wind to not bother anymore. The Trojans disembark on the coast of Libya and take shelter. There, Aeneas tries to improve the moral of his people and telling them that they have been through worse. In that same time, Venus, who is the Roman equivalent of Aphrodite, begs Jupiter to spare her son. Jupiter reassures Venus that Aeneas will survive and that his descendants Romulus and Remus will build a mighty empire in Italy. He then sent a messenger god to the Carthaginians and make sure that they treat the Trojans with hospitality. The arrival of the Trojans in Italy begins peacefully. King Latinus, the Italian ruler, extends his hospitality, hoping that Aeneas will prove to be the foreigner whom, according to prophecy, his daughter Lavinia is supposed to marry. But Latino's wife, Amata, has other ideas. She means for Lavinia to marry Turnus, a local suitor. Amata and Turnus cultivate enmity toward the newly arrived Trojans. Meanwhile, Ascanius hands a stag that was a pet of the local herdsmen. A fight breaks out and several people are killed. Turnus, riding this current of anger, begins a war. Aeneas, at the suggestion of the river god Tiberinus, sails north up the Tiber to seek military support among the neighboring tribes. During this voyage, his mother Venus descends to give him a new set of weapons wrought by Vulcan. While the Trojan leader is away, Turnus attacks. Aeneas returns to find his countrymen embroiled in battle. Pallas, the son of Aeneas' new ally Evander, is killed by Turnus. Aeneas flies into violent fury, and many more are slain by the day's end. The two sides agree to a truce so that they can bury the dead, and the Latin leaders discuss whether to continue the battle. They decide to spare any further unnecessary carnage by sparing a hand-to-hand duel between Aeneas and Turnus. When the two leaders face off, however, the other men begin to quarrel, and full-scale battle resumes. Aeneas is wounded in the thigh, but eventually the Trojans threaten the enemy city. Turnus rushes out to meet Aeneas,